Here 97.3 The Fan. Sometimes they tell some pretty hefty fish stories. We don't know if they're true or not.
And now it's time for Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. For the next 2 hours, join Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Maxa, Corey Sandin, and this week's special expert guest for fishing information, new techniques to catch more fish, and the most current scoop on what's happening in the water. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Royal Polaris, the world's finest long-range sports fisher. By Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup, and Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. Get ready for the fastest 2 hours on radio with the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Maxa, and Corey Sandin.
Good morning, anglers, and welcome to Let's Talk Hookup. I'm Pete Gray with Rock Cod Rick Maxa. We're in the world headquarters of Let's Talk Hookup here, right next to a very busy San Diego Landings in Point Loma. And we have, I think he's the emperor of Point Loma.
No doubt.
Captain Ken Franke for the Sport Fishing Association of California. He's here talking issues and good things and all the great stuff that SAC does for the fleet. You stay tuned. This is Southern California's Sport Fishing Voice. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube, Facebook Live, and 97.3 The Fan. The Ford Summer Sales Event is on at your San Diego County Ford dealers. It's a great time to take a test drive to see what Ford's award-winning lineup of trucks and SUVs has to offer. You'll discover California's best-selling truck brand, Ford F-Series, equipped for anything your demanding job needs or the family vacation you're taking. Check out the Bronco family featuring the iconic Ford Bronco or the versatile Ford Bronco Sport. Both have muscle, tech, and durability needed to go anywhere. Whether it's gas, hybrid, or all-electric, visit your local dealership to find the perfect Ford for you during the Ford Summer Sales Event. The Ford Summer Sales Event is on at your San Diego County Ford dealers. It's a great time to take a test drive to see what Ford's award-winning lineup of trucks and SUVs has to offer. Visit your local San Diego County Ford dealer today. They'll be glad to hook you up.
Hey, it's time for the 30-second Power Pro seminar. Here's the hot tip for those of us that like to fish with small reels for big fish. Fill your spools with Power Pro Max Quattro. It's 25% thinner than standard Power Pro. That means you're going to get more line on that small reel. Plus, you can fly line your bait more effectively. Here's another tip about Power Pro Max Quattro. Your casting distance will increase in addition to increasing your spool capacity. So downsize your tackle and use Power Pro Max Quattro. Check powerpro.com for more information.
Inside information is everything when it comes to catching fish in Southern California. You need a code group to connect with what's happening on the water. FishDope.com is your code group. Inside information available at your fingertips 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. FishDope.com really does help you catch more fish and burn less fuel. FishDope.com is the only fish finding service with a spotter plane, along with a crew of top anglers on the water almost every day that report actual locations and catches. They become your code group. You get daily catch reports from Point Conception to San Quintin, 365 days a year. FishDope.com has online planning tools, temperature and chlorophyll charts, hot bite icons, and more. Take it from me, if you don't have FishDope.com, you're not part of the in-the-know crowd. Membership is affordable and good for an entire year. Plus, use the special code and save $30 on a new FishDope.com membership. Check it out today. FishDope.com. Catch more fish, burn less fuel.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Today is a day I look forward to so much. There is not a person that has a better grasp of what's going on with the sport fishing fleet right now than the guy sitting next to us, period.
Yes.
Yeah. No one's got a better handle on what's happening more than Ken.
Yeah. Good morning, Ken.
Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well today.
Yeah, everything is good. Everything is great. And you, everything is happy at SAC?
Yeah, I'm looking out the window. All the boats are gone. It's great.
That makes Ken happy.
That makes Ken happy.
Yeah, it's busy.
Yeah, we got a lot going on. The whole fleet, by saying the whole fleet, we're now including GGFA, Golden Gate Fishermen's Association.
Right on.
So SAC is now the entire state of California.
That's great.
So
is that a change?
Yeah, that's a major change.
What happened?
The board of directors approved having them become an affiliate member. And what that means is now when SAC goes to the podium and goes deal with issues, Coast Guard or whatever, we're going on behalf of everybody in the whole coast,
Cool.
and at least all the members of the two organizations. So that's like a big deal. It's very helpful. COVID, CARB, all those things, those 4-letter acronyms. We did real well.
It's more horsepower behind.
More horsepower, and all the lessons we learned dealing with all the crises the last 5 years really showed the leadership of both organizations working together was better.
That's cool.
So a lot going there.
Great news.
Fishing south of the border, north of the border, everywhere is doing real well. Sand bass.
How about up in San Francisco Bay Area? They don't have salmon right now, so what are they catching?
Halibut. They've got. Yeah.
Can they catch rockfish?
I got to be honest with you. I haven't looked at the regs lately on that. It changes.
Depends on the
for
day.
depths.
Yeah.
For depths. But they've got, very good boats up there, good members up there. And we're looking forward to working with them. This is just almost 4 weeks ago that we approved joining with them. So
wow.
Yeah, it's good.
Congratulations. I know that took a lot of hard work.
Yeah, it did. If it were easy, it would have been done 20 years ago.
One of the big issues that you dealt with and successfully achieved was sand bass. Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, kind of looking at it from 50,000 feet, there were several entities, and papers written and all good quality work. But it wasn't until everybody got to weigh in with their observations, their opinions, and current conditions, the current conditions being a really important one, that, when we went through the process, and it was a process, did some working group meetings, went in front of the commission. I think everybody involved was looking for some reasonableness, and the outcome was a pause and let's go study some more. And so like right now, I was just showing you a minute ago, we have boat crews measuring sand bass. We're going to be doing some tagging of sand bass. We're going to do some additional things that will hopefully help regulators in the future make really, improved decisions. So our only hope through this whole experience is that we sooner than later get together and sit and throw everything on the table so that in protection of whatever species it is, that we have all the information possible available right then and there. Because what have we seen with the sand bass lately? I mean, that biomass that's moved up the coast was major.
Yeah.
And
that's an important word you just used, moved up the coast. It's been proven that these fish are migratory.
Well, I think a whole lot of folks say so, but we need more data collection in the form of tagging fish, because those fish that moved into the LA, Marina del Rey, these areas, they were big fish. I mean, everybody saw the pictures. Those fish are monsters.
It's not just little juvenile fish.
No, I think the captains, when we collectively are talking, you get the near coastal stuff. There's, every number of years, a biomass, we'll get some good conditions. Stuff will move north. That's our opinion.
Yeah.
And some will stay resident, and there will be some recruitment, some spawning. So that's all good. But that big, large, wide swath area across the mud of these big sand bass. I mean, I've got sonar pictures that are just astounding of fish moving and hunting down big spots of anchovy primarily. And those are critical pieces of information to help understand what's going on.
So how, and I know you're going to have to be politically correct on this question. I'm trying to phrase it correctly.
I really hate being political.
Yeah. You're talking to the wrong guy.
Why did the scientists say, oh, these fish are not migrating? Why are they saying these fish are in trouble? Why are they? And all of a sudden, because the ocean is healthy right now, we have this huge biomass of fish. And it's like they're scratching their head, go, wait a minute. That's not what I said. How is that?
Yeah, fair comment. A lot of the scientists and a lot of the people doing the work, data collection, it's kind of like that elephant view of like, you have one group touching the tail, one group touching the nose, one group touching the body. Everybody is doing their utmost. And I have to say, the CDFW folk have been doing a good job. We've been working with them.
Yeah.
They have been doing a very good job. They've been in our office regularly. They are been very transparent through this process.
Yeah.
as we've dealt with, the different scientists involved. I think it's just a matter of, getting everybody's information and more information if possible. The fishermen didn't get a chance to get all of our information up on the tables soon enough. I think had we probably would have been in a different direction initially.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of folks thought that their science project, the work that they did, in totality, they thought they had enough, and the fishermen, we didn't think so.
Yeah.
So we just asked, can we pause it? And can we get more information? And that's kind of the direction we're working on. Every project we're working on right now is with the Department of Fish and Wildlife, NGOs, what have you.
Yeah.
We've got boats that are measuring sand, or they're measuring the sand bass. The crews are this morning offshore with boards that SAC has put on the boats. But the department helped us in the design of the boards. Everything has been a joint effort, which is the way it should be. We want collaboration.
Absolutely. And I might also add, Department of Fish and Wildlife, they're really interacting with anglers. And I'll give you an example of that. Eric Cord reached out to me to say, hey, I think I'd love to come back on the show and talk about lobsters and other issues in September, and brings Craig Schumann with me. He reached out to me
That's cool.
to do that. I didn't have to call him.
We got to make
He
sure
called
all
me.
the listeners
Yeah.
know this and understand it.
And so that's gonna happen in September. So look forward to that.
The department has been doing a really good job, and they're talking to us constantly. We're all learning. I mean, everybody has challenges, and it's not a perfect world, but they're striving very hard to collect all the information. We're working hard on it. Everybody has the same goal. Let's protect the species so that we have it tomorrow. That's pretty much it. But we appreciate all the work that all the department staff are doing. I've been in meetings with them all. It's not the only thing that made me, Ken Franke, sad was when an adversarial situation started to develop where there was none ever intended.
Cameron made reference to that last weekend, and he said you guys did such a great job last weekend. It was a really good show. Both shows were fantastic, and Cameron Cribbin from the Mission Bell spent a lot of time working with you, and he made a really good reference to that. It's like, being antagonistic with these guys doesn't help us at all. It doesn't help us at all.
Nope.
You got to be respectful. You've got to understand their positions, and you've got to make your position.
And you can be passionate without dropping F-bombs and getting in somebody's face too. Like that, that's not the only way to get your, a point across.
It's about respect.
Well, when SAC, when we go and testify at hearings, respectful, constructive, professional, that's the mantra we go by, because we will get way more with that than we will adverse comments.
No question about it.
And the other thing is, you go by your reputation. If you're dealing with regulators, you've got to have a good positive outlook, or they're not going to want to work with you anymore.
Yeah.
We want this train on the tracks.
Yeah.
So
you may feel totally different in the back of your mind, but when you voice an opinion, you've got to show that respect.
Well, the key is being willing to listen to other people, and it's okay to disagree. I've told many people, both on the science side and the fisherman side, it's okay to disagree, but let's put all the information on the table, because our goal at the end of the day, protect the species, and then maintain public access to the species as long as it's appropriate.
Yeah.
It makes it easy.
Yeah, definitely. So what, and this is my opinion, what the scientists need to do right now is get their faces out of the books and look at what's going on the ocean right now, because it is unbelievable. It's amazing. The amount of biomass going on is unreal.
Well, as we go along, I think that we've had a lot of the scientists out on the boats, and I think that's occurring. I think there's a clear effort to try to help understand the view of the other people, and I commend them for that.
Yeah. When it comes to gathering the science and making sure that we're providing the best information we learn, how has that posed challenges to you guys? I mean, it seems like they always use that word best available science. And a lot of times that comes down to just fish counts that we had that were never never intended to be scientific data. Like how is that, how is that reference changed, and who do you guys work with in terms of gathering that best available science?
That's a good question. And I'm thinking that in the here and now, what we've really learned is get the working groups together early so that everybody can be there and go, well, what about this? Well, what about that? Exchanging information. Hey, here's what
not just the fishing side of things.
I just want to make it clear to everybody, though, there's a lot of scientists out there. They've been working hard. Everybody's got their projects, the work that they do, very important elements, pieces of the pie. We just ask that there be a more inclusion of the observations of what's going on. A lot of those old captains, they kind of know stuff. They know what's going to happen when, based on previous experiences. So we just thought that that'd be important. Certain bait, anchovies in an area, squid in an area. Okay, what happens when that happens? Here come barracuda, here comes sand bass. So, what I'm really thankful for is the Fish and Game Commission and the department. They did pause, because you'll remember when when we went to the commission and testified, we simply said we support what the department's recommended.
Right.
Okay, we got to make sure that all the anglers out there know the department recommended a pause and a small reduction in fish. That reduction was nothing more than a cap to make sure we didn't if we did have a big biomass, we didn't impact it seriously.
Right.
So and everything that could have gone right has gone right. And we're just going to continue to work together on it. And we're just really appreciative for the commission and the department and what they did. And, I think now we've learned from this, and improved communication in the future will solve this.
There seems to be such a clear cyclical nature to our fishery. I mean, it seems like things move in these cycles of when they come and when they go. And it's so smart of you to put the people, both the scientists that are new, that understanding the what's happening now, but also bringing together the captains who have seen this cycle 3 times and know, hey man, I've been through this. This is my 3rd time around. When this condition happens, then this factor happens. And you do such a good job at putting all of those people together, the common sense and the good education to teach it.
I think that including everybody's the big thing. But to be clear, the folks in academia, they're experts too.
Yeah,
they've seen cycles
totally
elsewhere. They're sharp. This is just a matter of, I think we've come to a better understanding of how we need to communicate, and that the outcome will be better for everybody.
Ken's got such the good head of keeping calm and taking a breath, and on the fishing side of things, which is what you've done, also your whole life. And like, hey man, the fishing's real good, and you can't tell me that it's not, because it's real good. But also you do a really good job of keeping that calm head. And when academia tells you, hey man, there is a problem, that it exists, and it's that. And you've been very good at being able to take both of those two, blend them together, and find what seems to be the right path for us as the sport fishing fleet to take forward.
I appreciate the kind words, but again, the department, their willingness to work with the fishermen, that speaks volumes. Yeah. So that's good.
No doubt about that. Well, as you can hear, we've got a great show going on today. So much to cover. Sorry about the little blip we lost there. Had a fun little
power outage.
Thank God. I would just like to say, it feels so good for it to not been when Rick was running the show. I'm sure at this point everybody's convinced that I'm the guy that just can't figure out the gremlins. Hey, but
that was a weird one, because we lost everything.
We've never had that before. It went dark in here. We were having a great time talking.
I think I know what happened.
Talking fishing, and it all went dark. As you can hear, though, we got a great show and lots of fun having Ken in here. The beauty of a show like today is, I don't want to pretend like Ken is the answer man and has every answer, but you've got such a great grasp on what the fleet has done and what it's going forward and the health of things. It's just going to be a great show, and I really look forward to hearing all the questions and comments and texts. And if you want to get through today, man, we want to hear from you. Be a part of that show. We have a great one today. If you want to give us a call, Kyle is standing by at the Fan at 833-288-0973. One more time, 833-288-0973 is how you reach us on the phones, or you can send us a text. We already have some great text questions that have come through.
Yep.
And if you want to send your text in, it's only available through the Let's Talk Hookup app. That's a free download. It's the easiest way to listen to Let's Talk Hookup, and you can send in your text questions. When you do, this is going to be a very important thing that I say right now. We say it every week, but today and tomorrow,
It's a big deal.
it means a whole lot more
I'm
than
holding
normal.
the big deal right here.
When you send in your text, make sure along with your question that you include your contact info. We don't need a bunch. We just need your name. We need your phone number so that if you're the big lucky winner at the end of the show, we can contact you in regards to your prize. And whoa, man, do we have a cool prize for you today. So it's going to be a Pete. You can give the rundown. It's going to be a collection of the next two of today and tomorrow.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is at the end of the show, we're going to do the usual. We're going to pick a winner of the caller, a winner from the texter. We're going to flip the coin, and that person is going to go into the drawing, is going to be one of two people to be eligible to win this right here. And then we'll do the same tomorrow when Rick and Brandon Bono are going to be doing the show, because I'll be on my way to Queen Charlotte Safaris to join the group up there. But tell them about this.
Oh my God. So you will literally you will be the first guy on the block to have one of CalStar's brand new creations. We have talked about a bunch, having Chris at the helm and allowing John to just go wild and do what he does, which is exactly what Leon did. And it's just create and build the best saltwater fishing rods on the planet. And this is one of those newest things. So Chris CalStar already dominates the highest end rods in saltwater fishing. There is no question. They make the best of what's out there for that highest end level. What they have done was wanted to find a niche to build that highest level quality of product and offer a great price point and a little different material. And that's what bred this rod that we're about to give away. And it's an extension of the GG series. GG series are rods that fish similar to what their original old school fiberglass counterparts did. Fiberglass in a rod is softer, it's spongier, it's very easy for the angler to hang on to. We always call it very comfortable. When you're pulling on an all fiberglass rod in the tackle store, it's like, man, this thing it just doesn't ever pull against me. It's so soft and so easy. However, that graphite, that's the stiffer, provides more lift, provides more backbone. This rod is a blend of graphite and fiberglass, but it has a higher percentage of glass. Those guys found a way to put the two.
That's the GG series.
Yes. They found a way to put this together while still having a rod that gives incredible lift. It's very lightweight, but it's got that soft, very comfortable and easy to hang on to feel in a legit rad big fish rail rod. There's going to be two of them as of right now in this series. The GG 773 extra heavy. So it's a 7 foot, 3 inch, perfect rail rod length. This one that we're going to be giving away is the extra heavy. I would call it like an 80 to 100 pound rod. I think the rating is 60 to 130. Yep. And I think it's just a fantastic rail rod. Nighttime jig fishing, sinker rig bait fishing, fly line big bait fishing.
And then they're also going to have the double X
exactly
version, which is like the 100 to 200 pound.
Basically your TAC 25 rod and your TAC 50 rod.
Or your TAC 40
exactly.
or 50. Which we'll talk about later in the show. Yeah.
But they killed it. So the first time us boys in the tackle store got to see this thing was yesterday. It was supposed to be in a plastic sleeve to keep it pristine for the prize winner. We couldn't handle it. Our bad. We had that thing out and we're passing it around the shop and pulling on it. Dude, it's perfect. They nailed it.
Of course they nailed it.
And then
John's a master. He learned from the best, Leon.
The big kicker is of an elite class rail rod, which these are. The pricing is what's going to blow it out of the water. These rods are sub $500. We're talking like
instead of $700 or $800, they're sub $500.
$450 for this thing. Now, I'm not trying to pretend like that's nothing, but at the level of quality that is, that is not touchable by anybody else in this part of the biz.
Somebody today or tomorrow, going to win this rod.
Brand new CalStar GG 773 extra heavy is going to be given away at the end of tomorrow's show. So one lucky caller or texter is going to become eligible. You'll be one half of the coin, and we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And tomorrow, Brandon and I are going to flip that prize coin for the second time, and that will determine who has the brand new CalStar Rail Rod. We're so stoked. Again, if you want to get through, give us a call at 833-288-0973 or keep those texts coming on the Let's Talk Hookup app. And when we come back, we're going to be taking your phone calls, lots with Captain Ken Franke of SAC. You're listening to Southern California's sport fishing voice. This is Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook and YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
The fish are biting and it's time to go. Hi, this is Ben, and you will see me at my dad's shop, Dana Landing in Mission Bay, or maybe in front of the shop on my kayak. It doesn't matter if you are out there on a kayak with me, on your boat, headed out on a sport boat. Dana Landing has everything you need. We call it the one-stop shop for a great day on the water because it truly is. Food, bait, tackle, beverages, and more. Our tackle shop, headed by John, is certainly one of the best. For freshwater tackle, nothing beats East County Bait and Tackle. These guys have the best rods and reels and the hottest lures and live bait. Our newest shop is Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle with a great stock of both fresh and saltwater tackle right in the heart of Lemon Grove. ECBT is at the end of the 67 freeway on Mapleview and Lakeside. Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle, 94 to Broadway in Lemon Grove, and Dana Landing is next to the Dana Lawn Tramp in Mission Bay. Check out danalanding.com for more details.
Hi, this is Captain Ray Lopez, owner-operator of the American Angler. I've spent more than half my life aboard the American Angler along with my partners Brian and Lori, developing a team that's as good as it gets. I've been fortunate to spend time in the ocean with so many fine people that I look forward to fishing with. We can't thank you enough for being part of the American Angler family, and if you haven't joined us, we love the opportunity to meet you. Text or call Lori at 619-223-5414 or check AmericanAnglerSportFishing.com.
This is Pete Gray to tell you about my fishing buddy, Dan Hume, and his amazing company, Hume Termite. As you know, Southern California is infested with termites. It's a constant battle for anyone who owns a home, and that's where Hume Termite come in. They're strictly termite experts. They start with a thorough inspection to find out why you have termites in the first place, then recommend sustainable treatment options that work. Hume Termite has been controlling my termites for years, and I have recommended them to numerous friends. Did you know 99% of termite companies are commission-based? Not Hume Termite. They're all salaried employees, and with a thorough inspection, they'll help you solve your termite problems, not sell you something you don't need. Let Dan and his crew earn your business through customer service and trust. It's swarming season, and now is the time to call Hume Termite at 760-598-2201. They'll come out and give you honest answers to solve your termite issues. Check HumeTermite.com.
The lighter the bite and the cleaner the water means one thing. You need a thinner leader, more natural presentations. That's where Seaguar Gold Label leader material shines. It's Seaguar's thinnest leader material yet. That means it's even less visible underwater and creates more natural presentations for better catch rates on leader-shy fish. With exceptional knot and tinsel strength, this advanced leader material is now available from 2-pound test for fishing trout in the Sierra to 80-pound test for big yellowfin in Guadalupe. Get Seaguar Gold Label at your favorite tackle dealer or learn more at Seaguar.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Again, having a great time here this morning. Things are up, running, steady, ready to roll. And if you want to be a part of it, 833-288-0973 is how you reach Kyle on the phones, or send us a text that Let's Talk Hookup app.
Captain Frank Lopresti's on the line. Good morning, Frank.
Hey, Frank.
Good morning. Good morning. Hey, first thing I want to know, does my call count for the drawing on the rod?
We can put you in the running.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you no. I know that.
I just wanted to say that I don't know if everyone realizes it or how many people realize it, but without SAC, without Ken Franke, I don't know if sport fishing would even exist to even 10% of what it is today. I mean, he has been instrumental year after year, battle after battle. He basically wears a fireman's hat. He's always putting out fires, and you wouldn't believe the crap he goes through.
Man,
so
here.
My hat and the industry's hat is off to this guy. And that's about, I don't need to say anything about the fishing. The guys are killing it. Beautiful fishing on the bluefin from 30 pounds to 200 pounds. And you know what's going on at the Coronados. It's amazing.
And
that's all I got to say.
And Frank, is that yellowfin that's down below is going to push up here soon?
last year I said it was going to be here in July, and it hardly showed up in October. So I'm not saying, but if you're asking me what I think, yes. Am I predicting it? I withhold my opinion.
Ken Franke says 4 weeks. 4 weeks from today, they'll be here.
That's what Pete
4
says.
weeks
Ken
from
Franke
today.
said. Thank you. For
I'm
the
gonna
kind
go
words,
with
Frank.
I'm gonna go with 6 weeks.
Okay. All right.
I'll
That's
go
a little
with Frank.
safer one.
I'll go with Frank.
All right. Well, Frank, thanks
I
for all
appreciate
you
it.
do for the fleet, because I know you are instrumental in working with Ken and making things happen.
Absolute
for the fleet.
team effort. And Frank, thank you so much for your help. Consistently, daily. He checks in every morning. Everything okay? And he's always there to help. So thank you.
Thanks for calling,
You're
Frank. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Thanks,
Take
Frank.
care. Hey, we have a great guy on the line, my good fishing buddy, Dan Hume from Hume Termite. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Hey, doing terrific. And I just wanted to say, hey, we appreciate the support of Let's Talk Hookup here with Hume Termite. And it's a busy season for Hume Termite, right? Swarming season.
It is. Well, it is, Pete. Yeah, thank you. And, Hume Termite and myself really appreciate being on the show and supporting the show. We've been big fans for years and years. And when the fishing gets good, the drywood termites start to swarm. And this is really the busiest time of season for us.
So what can people watch out for? I mean, can you actually see termites swarming, or do you see them in your house?
Yeah, they have a secondary reproductive. They start flying around, generally starting August 1st through November 1st. That type of evidence, along with the traditional droppings that they create.
And why is it important to keep tabs on that for your home?
Well, it's a maintenance thing, and if you let it go too long, it can just get a little out of control. It's just one of those things that you just don't want to let it go too long. And usually, drywood termites or any type of wood-destroying organism are associated with some type of condition, either water intrusion, faulty grade. There's number of different conditions that lead to infestation. And once that water, maybe it's a window that leaks once a year or a tiny little roof leak, the termites zero in on that and they get a little bit more aggressive, and it becomes more of a costly expense down the line.
Yeah, for sure. And Dan's been servicing my home for quite a while. And I'm going to tell you, every time he comes out, he points something out. There's always something new when you live in Southern California when it comes to termites and wood rot and etc. It's amazing. So if you haven't had your home inspected lately, you need to do it, right?
Yeah, it's good to do it annually. Termite inspections are generally free every year unless you're selling or buying a home, but generally a homeowner inspection is no charge. We issue a state-generated report, and it's just good to get that kind of knowledge. Just because you get a termite inspection every year doesn't mean you have to react. It just means that you're educated on what's going on in your home, and some situations are far more severe than other situations. But yes, it's good to get an inspection done every year.
And that's free from Hume Termite.
Free inspection annually unless you're buying or selling your home, correct?
Yeah. So one of the other big things that we talk about in our commercial that runs is your guys are all salary based. They're not commission based. So they're not trying to sell you something. This is really
trying to sell you a
important
job.
because like 99% of termite companies are commission based, not the Hume Termite guys. That's important. They're just going to do what's right for you, right?
Yeah, we take pride in that. Most of my employees have been with me over 10 years, my office manager 20 years, and my inspectors over 10 years. And I just decided to take care of them like family and not have them go out and pressure sale. And I really like the fact that, they get paid regardless. So they're not going to go out and, potentially sell you stuff that you don't need. And on point, these drywood termites that are swarming here starting August 1st, they, a lot of people recommend to fumigate. Your house is only vulnerable to new infestation between August 1st and November 1st. So it doesn't make sense to us to fumigate a home during that season. If you wait until November 1st, you have a 9 to 10 months before your house is under threat again. People think that it's a 365-day-a-year cycle. If you have the termites, yes. If you don't have termites, your house is only vulnerable about 2 weeks out of the year in that 90-day period between August 1 and November 1.
Gotcha.
People don't realize that.
Yeah. So that's why you need to get an inspection now to find out what's going on. And Dan and his crew will do that for free. They'll come out and take care of that. And again, not commission based; they are salary based. Dan, how do we arrange one of those inspections if we need? We all need to do it for sure. If you own a home, do it.
Yeah, Southern California is known for drywood termites and wood-destroying organisms, but you can call the office 760-598-2201 or get a hold of us online at Hume Termite. It's hume@humetermite.com.
Yeah, HUME, humetermite.com. Dan, and you can talk. A good thing is when Dan comes out to inspect the termites, you can talk fishing with him because he's hardcore. It's got a lot of fish.
We spend more time talking fishing a lot of times at my clients that fish than we do termites, which is fun for me,
Yeah, for sure. Well, Dan, we are honored to have you, Hume Termite, a part of the Let's Talk Hookup family here. And good luck. Get that termite inspection and protect your home. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate the call this morning.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
Thanks, Dan.
All right, very good. Let's jump into those
bye-bye.
numbers.
You got it, buddy. Well, we got some very patient guys standing by. Why don't we start it off this morning with John? He's calling us from Escondido. Good morning, John. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. Always a great show. Pete, we're leaving tomorrow. Queen Charlotte, baby.
Queen Charlotte Safaris. Yep, we're excited about it.
Yep. Tomorrow, baby, tomorrow. But what a great show as always. And you don't know how much you miss sand bass until they come back and you get to catch them.
Yeah, you're not kidding, boy. What a crowd-pleasing fish, and how fun it's been to see things so healthy and so good.
Yeah, it's it's been one of those years, especially you just look at all the Facebook posts and the videos and everything, and it's been quite impressive, the show that's occurred offshore.
Yeah, and it's time to go catch them for sure. And and it's been good up and down the coast too.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is, I mean, from all the way well down into Mexico, but all the way up to Santa Barbara. But it's really important. That's the entry level angler. That's the kid that wants to go catch their first fish.
They're fun to catch.
They're fun to catch. And so you get a boatload of little kids. They got something to pull on. It isn't hard to catch.
Little or big kids too.
Or big kids too.
For sure.
Hey, when we come back, we're gonna find out. We got all kinds of great stuff going on. We're gonna find out what's biting with catch reports. We've got more of your phone calls. We got the man Ken Franke answering your questions. We got a lot of great info coming your way. You stay tuned. You're listening to Let's Talk Hookup on Southern California's sport fishing voice. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the YouTube app, Facebook and YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
Don't let the summer pass you by with powerful deals on new Yamaha outboards during Yamaha's Cruise into Summer sales event. From now until September 3rd, 2025, purchase a new eligible Yamaha 450 to 30 horsepower outboard and get up to 7 years of warranty protection. Looking for a lower horsepower? Yamaha's got you covered. Purchase a new Yamaha 25 to 2.5 horsepower outboard and receive up to $300 in dealer credit. Yamaha, reliability starts here. Offer ends September 3rd, 2025. Subject to change. Other restrictions and conditions apply. Select models excluded. 24-month Yamaha extended service added to 36 or 60-month factory limited warranty. Choice offered to Florida residents is a 24-month Yamaha limited warranty for select motors. See authorized participating Yamaha outboard dealers for details. Cannot be used with any other Yamaha offer.
A state-of-the-art long-range sport fishing vessel, the Independence, delivers the top quality, comfort, and fishability you look for in a long-range boat. Veteran captains Mark Bizzano and Paul Strasser built this incredible 112-foot vessel with the most modern technology and luxurious comfort available. Once you go on the Independence, you'll be back. Call Independence Sports Fishing at 619-226-6006 or check independencesportfishing.com.
Hi, this is Christy Wheeler with Dawson and Associates Insurance, your full-service agency specializing in boat insurance, including charter, commercial, and personal use boats, business insurance, and travel insurance. We work hard to get you the most coverage for the best prices and guarantee the lowest rates available on all the travel plans we offer. So give us a call today at Dawson and Associates Insurance at 619-460-5615 for a free quote today.
For local or long-range fishing, we have you covered. Hi, this is Doug Kern from Fisherman's Landing Tackle, the saltwater tackle professionals. Being a part of the San Diego Sport Fishing Landing gives us a distinct advantage when it comes to getting you on the latest and hottest tackle for your trip. Our expert staff knows exactly what you need for your long-range or local trip, and we will not sell you something you don't need. We carry a huge inventory of the right tackle. So visit us at Fisherman's Landing Tackle at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Okay, we're having a great time here this morning, and as promised, it's time to find out what's biting out there. It is time for our catch report. We got Marco standing by. Today, that catch report's brought to us by our friends at Summit Gasoline at the San Diego Sports Arena. It is the place to fill up your car, your truck, or your boat with the lowest in gas and diesel prices. Also, did you know that Summit is the greatest places when you're looking for snacks for your trip? They've got over 40 snacks, all for 89 cents, as well as sandwiches. They've got frozen bait as well. Ice is nearly half the price of the other places at only $3.99 for a 25-pound bag.
That's crazy.
You also get 100 pounds of ice for free with a 35-gallon fill. And I got to say, speaking of $3.99, when's the last time you saw $3.99 a gallon?
Last time I was at Summit Gasoline.
I'm telling you, I look all the time. They have, like, when you're getting off at Rosecrans, they've got like a little update on what the price is at Summit. $3.99.
$3.99.
It's $4.50 at the corner gas station by my house. How is that a thing?
Yeah.
Like, how's it?
That's Summit
50
Gasoline,
cents a
man.
gallon more. Like
that's why you go to Summit Gasoline for all the good stuff.
The difference is so big. It's like becoming real money. You know what I mean? When somewhere is 2/10 lesser expensive, who cares? This is like, you put an extra $20 in your pocket when you're done filling your tank. It's awesome. That Summit is the place, no doubt about it. Not only free ice for our Let's Talk Hookup listeners, but always the lowest prices in gas right at the San Diego Sports Arena. Let's head on to C4 Sport Fishing. We got the man, Marcos, is standing by. Good morning, Marcos.
Good morning. How's everyone doing?
Excellent.
How you doing, buddy?
How's fishing?
Fishing's pretty good. I'm sure you got a little overview of it, but weather definitely cleaned up this week compared to last weekend, and the boats have been out there doing a pretty good job. Those half-day trips, picking away at those calico bass, and great calico bass fishing there. Yesterday afternoon, they saw 2 yellowtail. They saw a lot of barracuda, 3 legals, but 100 shorts there, about 100 shorts on the calico bass. So overall, great fishing on the half-day. The twilight last night, they went back down, and they had limits of sand bass. So those guys are making another appearance there, and they just want to jump on the boat for you guys there. So great fishing on the half-day. Full-day trips, a bit of a mixed bag. Lots of yellowtail, some bluefin in there, a little bit of bass and rockfish. And just wanted to, this, at least for this next week coming up here, they're switching over to the island. So if you're going to go fishing coming up here, be ready for that. And we've talked about this before. You know, maybe if you're not going fishing, you have a little free time there, get your passport. They're good for 10 years. They give you a lot of options on those half-day trips or on those full-day trips, and they will be required here for the next at least week here. The overnight trips, still catching those bluefin, and there's definitely some bigger bluefin mix in there. Some of those boats coming back with, I know we had 177 pounders the other day. I think we had a couple over 200 coming off some of those trips. So some nice, 40 to 80 pounders there, and then some also really big ones. So be prepared for that. Check the website, seaforthlanding.com. We've got the full schedule out there, those half-day trips, the twilight, and you've only got a few more weeks left on those twilight trips if you want to jump on there and catch some fish. We'll run those through the end of the month, maybe a little bit after that, but those are kind of winding down there. The full-day trips, San Diego and the Sea Watch, like I said, double-check that schedule there and make sure when you're making reservations if passport's required, because it will be for a while here. The overnights, 1 day, day and a half, 2 days, all up there, seaforthlanding.com. Give us a call at the office, 619-224-3383. More than happy to help you guys out, answer any questions you have, and get you out on a boat because fishing is pretty good right now.
Marcos, I know one of the guys in the shop, Craig, went on a charter on Ken's old baby, the Outer Limits, and just said they had a fantastic trip, like a Fish Clemente comboed, had really good bluefin fishing during a little midday lull. They swung in shallow and had calico bass and halibut and beach fishing, and then swung back outside for more bigs, and it just sounded like such a great trip. And always love hearing about the Outer Limits, especially when we got Ken in the studio.
I miss it.
Yeah, having your make sure your
miss it.
firstborn's in good.
You ever go out for a little
I've
nostalgia?
I've been busy, but I stay in touch with Paul. But Paul does a great job.
He's sure kicking butt with that boat and keeping her proud the way you'd like it. I know that.
Yes, he is. No doubt about it. Yeah, give him a big All right.
Well,
hey,
Marco's a great report, buddy. Sure glad to hear it. Sounds like things are really happening at Seaforth. And if somebody wants to come join you, local, offshore, inshore, that great half day, the unreal, fishing that Booger and Matt are having on the full day trips, how do we find you?
Check the website, seaforthlanding.com. All the information's up there. And this is definitely that time of year when you want to make reservations because they go quickly, especially when the fishing's good. If you want to talk to someone in person, give us a call, 619-224-3383, or come down and visit us. Get your gear tuned up and get out there fishing.
Great job as always, bro. Sure appreciate you, Marcos. We'll look forward to talking to you next week.
Boy, Marcos is
We'll
right.
talk to you then,
These
guys.
fish are big. I'm looking at a young man named Matty caught one. He sent me a picture here. 216
216.
pounds, and the fish is bigger than he is.
Holy God, yeah, he's way bigger.
The fish bigger than the fish is bigger than the big crew member that's helping him hold it.
13.
13.
Yeah, I'm looking at the picture right now. He just sent this.
That was
Impressive.
so funny.
Yeah.
Marco's saying, "Like, yeah, there's big fish," and all of a sudden Ken flashes me a picture, and then there's just a giant,
bigger than
so
the kid.
Cool. Yeah, I love it.
Hey, Marcos, appreciate that. Let's jump back in the phones while we can, Rick.
How about this time we talk to Rich? Rich is calling us from Bradley this morning. Rich, thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here. I love sand bass. I remember back when 10 fish limits on just about any boat out of any Southern California landing were common. And, ever since the MLPAs kind of came into existence, it seems like anglers have been under attack, and our advocates have been doing a great job of defending these attacks. And I'm wondering if you'll ever see it go the other way to where we start to regain some of those limits that have been shrunken and some of those MLPAs that have taken away our accessibility. And we'll start to see some of that come back. And one more thing, Rick, you did a great job describing that rod. When are we going to be able to put one in our hands and play with it?
Boy, on the rod, I'm going to tell you this in the best way. I don't know. I was so surprised and excited when the first one came through. So I'll get that info, Rich, and I'll try to report back on the show tomorrow. And if
that GG Rail Rod series. I would think if he's putting them out now, they're going to be available.
This looks very finished product to me, to the point where I wouldn't be surprised if we get it basically now. But just for the sake of not giving you false info, Rich, I'll find out and double check. But I'm telling you, it's sick. I love it.
Yeah.
They did such a nice job.
By the way, do you have the new Talica 50 and 40A to put on them yet?
I don't even want to tell you what I really think, to be honest with you. So this rod just came through in a bundle because Chris was doing what from CalStar. Chris Yamato was doing what he's supposed to be doing. He was out fishing on the Liberty. So we had no idea. This rod just came down in a bundle, and there was a tag on it that said Rick/Pete, let's talk hookup. We just got a brand new Talica 40. We got a shop one for all the guys to be able to fish with so that we know what we're talking about. I want every one of our guys to go catch a big tune on this so we can give real-time information. Hey, man, the new TAC 40 and TAC 50 have a different high gear ratio. I want our guys to know the difference between that and the other. I want our guys to be the best. I assumed that this rod was kind of prototyping, and I was so excited that we had a brand new rod to strap that brand new TAC 40 on. And then I found out oh no, we're not getting it. Somebody from Let's Talk Hookup's getting that thing. So yes, the answer is we do have the new TAC 40 actually
in stock. Somebody could buy one.
Yeah, we have,
and hopefully this GG CalStar
exactly
will be right behind it.
yeah, you got it, buddy.
Sure.
That's exactly my thought.
Thanks a lot for the call. Appreciate that. Let's try and sneak in another call.
You got it. How about we talk to Hills? He's calling us from Ventura this morning. Hey, Hills, welcome to the show.
Good morning, guys. Great show. I really appreciate Ken. And a question for Ken. We up here in Ventura, Santa Barbara, we really see a lot of cowcod and chuckleheads. But I'm wondering, is cowcod going to be the next sand bass? Because there sure are a lot of them, and I'm wondering if they're just doing well enough.
Fair question.
Have a little.
Yeah, fair question. And it kind of goes back to what the last caller called in about. As we go and do all these research projects, we have ground fish sampling on 40 boats right now, on 40 of the SAC boats where we're measuring the fish. or saving carcasses or what have you. And we're working with, a number of organizations, departments that way. We've got tuna boats doing sampling, measuring the fish. We've got sand bass doing the same thing. As we go along and do this science data collection, the facts will speak for themselves, and that will be when the opportunities arise where they go, okay, we're comfortable now that everything looks good. We're going to increase things potentially. It's just one of those things ultimately, and this is just Ken speaking, when the academia and the science community, when their forecast is the same as the observations and they're very close together, now we're doing well, because now we can just make incremental adjustments to manage the resource. And so I think as time goes on, we're just going to have to monitor things very closely. And as things improve, I mean, the ocean's changing all the time, but I do think objectively that there will be more opportunities for us in the future.
It seems like drastic changes are often us playing catch up to things.
Yep.
And one fish on the positive or negative side, those are the mini tweaks.
Yeah.
Mini tweaks we can handle. Shutdowns and closures, those are harder to do.
Drastic changes are the ones that are hard to swallow. And I think the better the science data collection, the more information that's made available, the better the outcome.
So is it conceivable that we'll have a cow cod season at some point?
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
I would think
Why
so.
not, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
But again, they've got to do the science data collection.
Yeah.
And at some point we'll get more involved in that. But I think everything is, we're doing well.
Yeah.
We're doing well.
I think it's kind of like Alaska finally opened up a yellow eye season, one fish a year for people. Why not?
I agree,
because they're everywhere.
I'll tell you
I'll
tell you one thing that I love that Ken Franke, and I remember that. I mean, dude, this is probably going back 15 years or maybe more. Like Ken was so on board with this descending devices real early on, and you flash forward 10, 15 years now, we have the open depth ability to fish, and watching guys descend those big fish and send them back down, keeping that population healthy, not watching them float away and have a seagull peck their eyes out.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's
what
awesome.
A waste of the resource.
Yeah, it's great. And that's the thing that SAC provides, and that's the guidelines that we go down, and boy, you just watch the fishery continue to get healthy. Hey, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. Another full hour. You stay tuned. There's going to be more Let's Talk Hookup, but only available on the Let's Talk Hookup app, as well as Facebook and YouTube Live. We'll see you then.
We've been right here on Mission Bay, helping friends and family like you discover the joy of sailing, kayaking, and everything life on the water has to offer. I'm Logan from Bass Lane Kayaks, and if you ask Ron and Debbie Lane whether 45 years feels like a long time, they'll tell you time flies when you're having fun. You see, the Lanes have followed their passion for a life on the water, and they've made a living inviting others along for the ride. Over the years, the shop has grown and changed, and so have the employees and products inside. From selling catamarans in the 1970s as newlyweds, living in a VW bus in the store parking lot, to being the destination Hobie fishing kayak store they are today, working with their 2 sons and daughter. You might be looking for a new way to enjoy time on the water with your family, or maybe you're looking for a new way to stay active, enjoy nature, explore, and catch a spotted bay bass. Whatever your goals, come visit us in Dana Landing on Mission Bay, and we'll get you geared up and ready to enjoy life on the water.
Hi, this and grocery and the TV show Fishmonger. I've known Yosef Husseini for over 20 years, and he's the expert when it comes to real estate. He's helped me with estate planning and multiple estate questions that the average guy like myself just doesn't understand. Yosef's not only a fellow angler, but he's an amazing realtor that specializes in helping us in the angling community find their ultimate home. If you own a home, get a free, no obligation home evaluation now online from Yusuf by typing in SoCalHomeEval.com. All you do is put in your address and you'll get that report fast. Yusuf is a SoCal real estate guy to go to. He's helped me and many of my customers and family members to find what they are looking for in a home. He understands the real estate market like no other, so take it from Tommy the Fishmonger. Yusuf's the real deal when it comes to your real estate needs. Go to SoCalHomeEval.com and I'll see you at Tunaville, market, and grocery.
Looking Alaska fishing experience and the best value in Alaska? Look no further than Kingfisher Charters in Sitka, Alaska. A trip to Kingfisher includes everything you need to make your experience legendary. The finest fishing fleet in Sitka with the best captains, deluxe accommodations, gourmet food, world-class fish processing, and the best part, it's all included for one amazing price. Kingfisher is Let's Talk Hookup's most popular destination. Hundreds of listeners have experienced Kingfisher Charters, and most go back again and again. You have probably heard a lot of big promises from other Alaska lodges, only to find the ultimate Alaska fishing experience and the best value in Alaska? Look no further than Kingfisher Charters in Sitka, Alaska. A trip to Kingfisher includes everything you need to make your experience legendary. The finest fishing fleet in Sitka with the best captains, deluxe accommodations, gourmet food, world-class fish processing, and the best part, it's all included for one amazing price. Kingfisher is Let's Talk Hookup's most popular destination. Hundreds of listeners have experienced Kingfisher Charters, and most go back again and again. You have probably heard a lot of big promises from other Alaska lodges, only to find there were lots of hidden charges. Not Kingfisher. Everything is included. 10-hour fishing days, your license, fish processing, super deluxe accommodations, amazing food, airport transfers, and fishing gear. All you bring is your layer clothing, and Kingfisher covers the rest. Kingfisher Charters, your Alaska fishing destination. 800-727-6136 or check kingfishercharters.com.
Power your boat with Norsk Lithium, the ultimate choice for marine adventures. Our batteries deliver unmatched starting, trolling, and electronics power, packed with cutting-edge technology like Deep Sleep to eliminate phantom draw. Built with rugged BCI-compliant cases, they're designed to handle the toughest conditions on the water. Stay in control with the Norsk Guardian app. Monitor performance, track battery health, and unlock advanced features right from your phone. Charge with confidence using Evotech onboard and DC-to-DC chargers for fast, efficient, and hassle-free power management. Designed for maximum compatibility, these chargers keep your entire system running at peak performance, so you're always ready for the next trip. With a 10-plus 2-year non-prorated warranty, you can trust your batteries to perform for years to come. Our industry-leading warranty ensures you get the most out of your investment. With dedicated customer support if you ever need it. Upgrade your marine power today. Set up your custom system at norsklithium.com or visit Trolling Motor Doctor in Lakewood. Norsk Lithium. No matter where the adventure takes you, we've got you powered.
Now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. Get ready for more of the best fishing information and the hottest tips on improving your angling skills. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. And now, Southern California's sports fishing voice, the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Maxa, and Corey Sandin.
Welcome back. Hour number 2, Let's Talk Hookup, right here on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube and Facebook Live. Pete Gray here, along with Rock Cod Rick Maxa and the world headquarters of Let's Talk Hookup here. We have Captain Ken Franke, the emperor of this whole area here.
Oh, God.
Area.
Yeah.
From Sport Fishing Association of California. He is the man that helps us get out on the water and gets us fishing for sure. And what a great show, and what an incredible prize, thanks to CalStar, that we're giving away today and tomorrow.
Boy, you're not kidding, man. Yes, a great show, lots of fun, lots of great information. If you want to be a part of today's show, man, we want to have you here in the second hour. It's Text the Show, only available through the Let's Talk Hookup app, which is a free download if you don't have it already, and it's the easiest way to listen and participate to Let's Talk Hookup. Send us a text. Make sure you include your name and your phone number along with your text message, because, Pete, man, you said it. We are giving away an unbelievable prize. Everybody from today's show who makes it on the air on the phones or has their text read on the air via the app is going to be eligible, along with the callers and texters of tomorrow's show. Again, today, the winner, whether it be caller or texter, will be decided by the coin flip. You'll be in the running, have a 50% chance of winning that amazing prize. We'll do the same thing tomorrow. Callers and texters, pick a winner. We'll flip that prize coin one more time, and that person is going to win the brand new GG Series rail rod from CalStar. So excited. You'll be the first guy on your block to have that beautiful 773 extra heavy.
Woo.
It is state of the art.
An incredible rod. Here it is right here. You're watching on Facebook and YouTube. Look at that rod.
They killed it, man.
Pull on that thing, Ken.
long extended.
You need the
a
rail for that, man.
got
Especially when you're my age.
a very long extended foregrip so that you can comfortably have that thing on the rail, but have your body in a position back a little farther. And the first looks like probably 10 inches of that grip. They've got that smooth shrink, so your hypalon's not going to get torn up when you do have it on the rail. Like basically all the spots that would normally get scuffed on the finish, you now have that protective rail coating on a greatly extended foregrip. It's just it's perfect. They nailed it. I mean, nothing left to say. They killed it.
Yeah, and that's the lighter version of it.
Right.
They have a double XH too.
Yeah.
Which, that's a badass ride.
Yeah,
and
no
the nice
doubt,
thing
buddy.
when you blend the graphite and the glass together, it's such a perfect marriage.
It's very comfortable, man.
Yeah.
That was the best part about that.
The other
ride.
thing too, the price point. You were talking about that.
$450
for that
yeah.
rod, not $700.
Yeah, you nailed it. This is going to be the one. We are really excited. It was all smiles in the tackle store yesterday when we were all pulling on that thing.
Yeah, for sure. Well, hey, let's find out what's biting out.
You got it, man. As promised, we're going to continue on with our catch report, and we got today sponsored in part by the Fish Pros at Fisherman's Processing in San Diego, where you get the premier processing experience. Check out the easier online system to book your processing for your long-range trips. With more team members, Fisherman's Processing stays far ahead of the rest. More same-day capacity and the finest in customer service. Stop by their location in Old Town on Taylor Street or check fishermansprocessing.com and be sure you make those reservations today. We got the man, the private boater buddy, Captain Mark Wish of Pacific Edge has got our fishdope.com report. Good morning, Mark.
Morning, Ricky, Pete, Ken. Great show. Love all that high-tech information about all our fishes out there. It's amazing. And Ricky, it's crazy, dude. You deal with this fish and tackle all day, every day. I get that. But the excitement in your voice when you're talking about CalStar fishing poles, it's awesome, buddy.
I like him, man. I'm excited.
Loves what he does.
Yeah, this is a cool one.
Yeah, that's great. Anyway, so guys, we're working our way through our summer season, and actually it's been pretty darn good fishing here. A lot of fish in a lot of different areas. So I'll take a few of the hot spots here and highlight them. Up north, Santa Cruz, Santa Rosa, like that, the gift that keeps on giving. Still some good hits on the sea bass, not generally wide open, but a couple of boats yesterday did really well. Sea bass and halibut both. Definitely not wide open, but man, you find that right school, it's game on. But getting windy again, so you might have to take a little break for a little while. There's boats this morning at both Nick and Santa Barbara, and haven't had much in the way of reports from there because of the weather and all the tuna fish getting everybody sidetracked. But it's going to be really interesting to see what they find out there, and especially at Santa Barbara, there's been quite a bit of squid around the island there, mostly on the front side, and be interesting to see how much sea bass and yellows is hanging out with it. Or at Catalina, fun fishing. All the kelp line critters are biting. And a healthy sprinkle of yellows on all the major structure spots, front side and backside. I have not heard much about the sea bass recently. That doesn't mean they're not biting. It just means that I haven't heard anything. So be interesting to see. And then still quite a bit of squid, east end, backside. And that's probably a good place to look for a sea bass if you wanted to catch one. Over at San Clemente Island, first off, guys, check the Navy schedule for closures. They've been busy over there. They've been throwing some guys out, and looks like the next few days there's quite a lot of activity. So definitely got to pay attention to what the Navy's got going on. But pretty good fishing over there. Big yellows and sea bass both on the squid grounds in Pyramid Cove proper and up the back, mostly around Lost Point, and then maybe a little bit up to the west there, out by West Cove there. Yellows and sea bass on the bait, and then smaller yellows on the front side on the structure spots. They're definitely around. And then around Clemente, offshore, this is where it gets really interesting. There's quite a bit of bluefin, and it's actually biting daytime, which is good news, instead of that nighttime only stuff. Which, they're still biting nighttime, but definitely some daytime fish in there. And a little bit more showing on the inside. Around the 289 yesterday, some guys had some good fishing on good grade fish, catchable size fish. And that was around the 289, and then some up towards the mackerel bank also. And then the area continues up above the west end of Clemente to the epicenter of the best action the past few days. They've been around that 499 to the snail. Man, they've been fighting up there. Some of our customers have just clobbered them, mostly on Mad Max and spreader bars. And then stick baits and poppers when the fish come up foaming. There's been quite a bit of foamer. It's been really good fishing on catchable sized fish up there. And then a new player showing up. Mentioned it last week. We're starting to see a little bit more marlin. It's definitely a decent spread for this time of year. This is the very start of our marlin season. So they're just getting rolling, but stretching from that 267 out in front of Dana over toward the east end, kind of in that band there is where most of it has been. And they'll spread out all over the place as, the season gets going a little bit more. But it's really interesting to see them around. There's already been a handful caught, so that's a good sign. And then it just goes on and on and on. With
Isn't
all
it
that sand bass
amazing,
fishing.
Mark, that bluefin is back in the same spot it was last year and the year before? It's like it's
that is amazing.
It's right there, right?
Yeah,
in big quantity.
It's right there.
Yeah.
You guys with the Coronados, I can imagine you can walk from boat to boat down there at the Coronados.
Yeah.
I bet.
I was talking to Jamie at Seasons yesterday. He says it was a bit busy. He counted 175 boats at the lighthouse yesterday.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Your imagination was definitely correct, but it bit for all of them.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's what's been so wild about it. The volume of fish has been so good. It's just biting right through the crowd, man.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Make sure you have your paperwork
Yeah.
when the guys come around, because they're coming around.
That's
no
right.
doubt about it. And of course, fishdope.com.
Okay, now-
Fishdope.com has all the stuff that Mark's talking about and everything else. $30 off a new membership to fishdope.com using the code Hookup Now. Lowercase, no space. Hookup Now is your $30 code. Mark, how do we find you?
Well, before I get to that, I got a question for Ken Franke.
Okay, go.
I'm going to make you put. Here we go. Put your thinking cap on. This is speculation. I get that. So we've had all this sand bass flush into our area, all up and down the coast, all the way from you guys up to way above where we're at here. And the consensus is migratory fish, because where else would they come from? But if they migrate up and they do their spawning thing, do they turn around and migrate back, or does a lot of that stuff hang out and fill up our local spots and so on and so forth? Any thoughts on what that might be doing there, Ken?
Good question. The sheer volume of fish that was up there this year, I think everybody is assuming that there will be some fish that will stay in the local areas, but I think a good percentage of that fish is going to move off to wherever it comes from, just because, the bait quantity, they're basically looking for food, and those local kelp areas, et cetera, whatever local structure there is, can only handle so much fish as far as being able to support feeding it. So, I think that just the sheer volume of fish that has moved up along this coast, a lot of it's going to migrate back, I'm going to guess, to wherever it came from, because these weren't little fish.
Yeah.
These weren't 14.1. These are 23-inch fish.
Whew.
There
was crazy, the grade of fish and how pretty they are, with that real white belly on them, and just so many big ones. God, it was just awesome to see that. My customers love it. So
the boys with the
great. Thanks
sonars,
for
when
that.
they were rolling through with the side scans and the up and down meters, like in a number of the areas last 2 days, didn't see any bait, didn't see any bass, but when they rolling through, you'll see them on the sonar when they're moving, and it's evident they're on the hunt. They're looking for food, and then when you get anchored up and if they go into a spawning behavior, well, then you'll see them top to bottom on the sonar. So I think we're scratching the surface based on the sonars that I have seen. We're catching the limits and going home, but I think that biomass is doing real well.
All right.
Great to hear.
Personally, that's my opinion.
That's great news.
Mark, appreciate the report. We'll talk to you next week.
You got it, Pete. We'll see you guys.
All
Take
right.
care. Go fishing.
Thanks for that. We have Rosie
All right.
from Sage Row Sport Fishing with our fishing report from Sage Row Sport Fishing. What's up, Rosie?
Well, good morning, guys, and good morning to the Emperor. I tell you.
God, Pete, look what you've
Sorry,
done.
Ken.
You started it.
Jeez.
You started.
Oh, that's
but
funny.
you know what? Ken Franke is an amazing ambassador for the Sport Fishing Association of California. He is a wealth of knowledge. And I kind of ran into, for me, it was a pretty big challenge a couple of years ago. And I called Ken Franke, and he was able to guide me in the right direction to help solve my challenge, and I was extremely appreciative of that. So thank you, Ken. You are
You're
so
very
good
welcome,
to all
Rosie.
of us. We really do appreciate you. So, well, as you guys know, Bill Varney came back from the Let's Talk Hookup trip yesterday.
Right.
And, yes, and they they had a pretty darn good trip. I am very blessed. I listened to the report before me and talking about the weather and the wind and whatnot. And I have to say, down at Cedros, we are so incredibly blessed by the lee of the island and how we are so protected from wind and weather. And it always seems to be such good fishing on the lee of the island. And again, same thing this week. Down there by where the salt transport facility is and down in El Moro, the white sea bass, the halibut, the yellowtail, the calicos, everything's there. And even though we have tons of bait is raining in the water. And those of you that have been to Cedros, you know what I mean when I say the bait is raining in the water. And the birds are going crazy and the fish are still biting. A lot of the bigger fish are tending to come on yo-yo and dropper loop right now. But we are getting, calico bass. We've had calico bass up to 8 pounds this year.
Nice.
I know. Just incredible. Cal and Eric Sheets are down at the island right now. And, Eric said that on their first day of fishing, they said the bite was a little bit off. They only got 90 calicos that day.
Darn.
Yeah, I know. It's tough. But as for Cedros, that's off. You should be getting hundreds of calicos in a day. But, their second day, they did great. They caught and released many, many yellowtail. And they kept 2 white sea bass. And again, back up to hundreds of calicos. So that was just fine. I mean, no one's complaining down there that the bite might be a little bit off because, everyone's still getting limits. It just might take them until 11 o'clock instead of 7 o'clock to get their limit. But, you can catch and release all day long.
So the question is, Rosie, do we have any spots that we can come down and enjoy this amazing fishing at Cedros Sport Fishing?
Yes, I still have some onesie twosies and maybe a 3 spot opening up on the beginning of September over Labor Day. I will find out today if those 3 spots will be open, and I will definitely open them up on the website immediately. Okay.
All right.
And the best thing to do is really to get online. Look at the calendar that we have up there. If you go to the little tab that says Book Online, our schedule will pop up. You'll see all the spots available. See what goes with your schedule, and then give me a call because there's usually lots of questions and answers that are easier to go through over the phone. So our website is cedrosportfishing.com, and my direct phone number is 619-772-7570.
God, Rosie, you somehow have a way of turning what you consider, you talked about how, the calico was a little down and the white sea. Yeah. Those are epic reports. That's what I love.
Bill Varney will have a pretty good story to tell when he comes back after his trip.
Cedros Sport Fishing is famous for a fantastic report that somehow Rosie is categorized as slow. I love it, Rosie.
And it's so challenging because it's I was telling someone, a father and son came back, and I said, yeah, it sounds like the bite was a little bit off, but you still enjoyed yourself. And they looked at me, they go but we caught a couple hundred calicos. And I pull up my phone. I said, yeah, when you get 401 in a day, that's epic.
Yeah.
So you guys had a great trip.
If this is off, we love it, man. Great job, Rosie. As always, really enjoy hearing your Cedros reports every week, and we will look forward to hearing another one next Saturday.
You got it, guys. I hope you all have a blessed day.
Thanks,
Great
Rosie.
job, Rosie.
Appreciate that. Before we move on, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say that's the wrap up of our report. We're getting brought to us by fishdope.com, sponsored by our friends at Gamakatsu. Man, if you like to fish for tuna and you're not using Gamakatsu hooks, you are missing bites. Their 720 heavy duty assist hook is our favorite for nighttime jig fishing on full-size knife jigs all the way down to tungsten. Also for bait fishing, nothing beats that Nautilus circle hook. They come in sizes as small as 4s and up to 6.0. And also don't forget that Nautilus HD when the bait is big. I have to add this on to Gamakatsu. That Gamakatsu Nautilus number 2, which we just had a resupply, and thank God, when the bait is small and you're dealing with, and you don't know if you're going to get chove, you don't know if you're going to get firecracker sardine, please go. I was talking with Gerby from the Royal Star about this yesterday. Go buy a pack or 2 of those Nautilus number 2 circle hooks and just keep them in your bag.
Right.
Because if you happen to be out on a day where the bait is on the small side, that hook will undoubtedly make a difference. Hopefully you don't need it and you're using your Gamakatsu 2.0 and you got nice big giant sardines. But if you happen to be on a day where the bait's a little on the small side, it is necessity. And that is my favorite small circle hook for tuna. You could fish it on a chove if you needed, or it's great on a firecracker sardine. It's small.
It's low profile, but it's strong.
Yes, it is the one.
Yeah, for sure. The Gamakatsu Nautilus circle hook.
Yeah, number
Gotta
2.
get 'em.
Just have some.
That's the one.
Even if the bait is big on your next trip and you happen to be at the shop, grab a small pack, throw them in your bag so you've got them for the just in case.
Yeah. Hey, I want to talk. A couple of weeks ago, we had Anthony from Baker Marine on, and he was talking about all the different binoculars that they have. And see these little guys here. I wanted a pair of travel binoculars that are stabilized.
Yes.
These are not gyro stabilized. They're stabilized, like the Techno Staby. So this is the Baker Marine 14 by 42 stabilized binocular.
Binocular.
It is their binocular. It's $7.99. That's their price. And this thing you can hold in one finger.
Hold it exactly.
It's so light. It is so light. And it's 14 power, just like a big pair of gyros. It's not as stable on the water as the Techno Staby.
Okay.
But I haven't tested it on the water. I think it's going to be pretty darn stable.
I think so,
because you
too.
move around with these things, they're impressive.
See, the problem is you're getting that statement of it's not as good on the water from an Anthony who's used to having the best of everything in the world and it rock steady.
Yeah.
This is still going to be such an unreal. If you're not a person who has got a lot of time in stabilized binoculars, the difference between your regular old set of 7x50s and then you put these in your hand, it's not even comparable.
These are going to Queen Charlotte with me tomorrow.
Cool.
And that's one of the reasons I got them, is to travel with and to take them with me, because carrying a pair of Techno Stabies or a gyro that's a big deal.
Yeah.
These I'm just throwing in my bag. Easy,
I'm
easy.
jealous, man. I like those a lot.
Super nice. $7.99 at Baker Marine. Go try. The best thing to do is just go down to Baker Marine Monday through Friday when they're there. 7 to 4, I believe, are their hours. And just go ask them. I want to try the different types of gyros or the different types of stabilized binoculars, and just try a pair of these out. They even have the Fujinon ones that are a little smaller, but they were too small to me. I mean, this thing you can still grab.
I like it, man.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I like them. I can't wait to go sight in on some of the. What are they catching over there? Yeah. How big is that king they just?
I mean, let's be real. That's a very important part of those things, man. They are as good for having an idea of what your buddy's doing as they are about for anything else.
Yeah, for sure. Baker Marine, they're super good people. You have a great text.
I thought so. Yeah. This is from John in Rancho San Diego. Says, hey, man, so great to hear from Ken and learn about everything going on with SAC. Ken, can you talk a little bit more about the bluefin tuna sampling project and update us regarding the status of that program? Also, what are your thoughts about the health as the overall bluefin fishery? Thanks for, and that was from John.
Okay. Statement of fact, it's continuing to improve. We have 14 boats at sea where the crews once a week are pulling the fish. They're measuring the fish, and we have basically the ability now, based on length, to figure out the weight of the fish. Once a week, we average them all up, and then as all the electronic logbooks populate how many fish we catch, we keep track of all of that. And we have a gentleman who goes and tallies it all up so that we can monitor exactly what our impact of the resource is. The reason that is so important is the Tuna Commission and NOAA are overseeing the biomass health, so to speak. And we are so good about, and all our anglers about, reporting our catches, et cetera, that I think everybody's quite comfortable with where we're at. Our impact on the resource, we're the only ones, to my knowledge, doing this. Elsewhere in the Pacific, they're not doing it. But it's because of this close monitoring that we're allowed to continue to fish the way we are. So exciting times. Fishing's great. And I think because of the work that we're doing, it's going to stay that way.
That's awesome.
Another good one here from Bob in Huntington Beach. And I wonder if that's who's.
Could be.
You never know. Good morning. A question for Ken. When studies are done on sand bass migration and other species, are other species also considered, like calico bass, bonito, barracuda, rockfish, are their migrations noted?
Yeah, I think the best way to characterize that is typically when we have a scientist that's on the boat, they're going after one species or similar species like kelp bass and sand bass, what have you. But we're, as an example, going to engage with Northern Baja California's fisheries department, and our goal is to do a tagging project down there. There's been tagging up here. I think we're just continuing to build up the database of information so that we can learn more and more about where fish go and what they do. So we'll call it that. That one's a work in progress.
Okay.
Well
Very
said.
good.
I love it. Hey, I had another great text here. It says, good morning, everybody. What a great show. Always love it when Ken's on. First, I want to say the SAC website is full of really good information. If you haven't already, I highly suggest checking it out. My question is for Ken. What is the current situation with the CARB initiative? Is it still moving forward? And if so, how is it going to affect our fleet? Also, is the new presidential administration addressing CARB at all? Thanks for everything you do to keep us going. Ralph and Menifee.
Great question. A work in progress. We're currently right now doing a survey of all the boats in the fleet to measure how much time do they actually spend in California, so that we can quantify exactly what our emissions are, or at least to the best of our ability, and have the best available science to share with the regulator. So I'd call that a work in progress, and we'll just continue to keep everybody updated as we go. But we have an engineering firm involved. I met last week with the regional director of federal EPA. CARBs, I think we're going to have to continue dialogue with CARB to make sure that our industry remains healthy.
All right, very good. Well, hey, let's head north right now, up to the Queen Charlotte or Haida Gwaii Islands. Excuse me, old dog, new tricks now, and talk to Valerie Hoperich. Good morning, Valerie.
Good morning, everyone. Hello from Haida Gwaii.
Yes,
Valerie.
and our group, our first group with Corey, Master Corey, managing the group there, are there, and how are they doing?
Okay, I just had to call in this morning. A little sneak peek. I'm going to back up to May up to today. We have seen bigger Chinook kings since we opened, more than size-wise, number-wise than 2019. Amazing, like amazing. I'm going to give you yesterday's catch. Are you ready, Pete?
Ready.
Okay. So I went boat by boat. I'm just going to give you like the average, like the biggest Chinook. Everybody limited on Chinook. By the way, you can have 2 a day.
2 a day, up
So
to 4
everyone-
a year in Canada.
Yeah, 4 in your box going home.
Wow.
So for your trip. Okay, so we had 6 boats go out yesterday. I'm not going to tell you whose boat, what, doesn't matter. But our record Chinook, 38 pounds yesterday.
38?
38
Ooh,
pounds.
that's a big
Yes.
king.
Wow.
That's a nice Chinook. But so we just tallied an average for each boat, what the largest Chinook was. So we had, let's see, 38, 28, 25, 26.5, 30, and 26.
Holy mackerel. Those are big kings. Can't wait.
Those are beautiful fish.
Yeah.
And,
Now, I understand that the halibut regulation changed this year too. You can keep one any size. Is that correct?
not any size.
No,
You
okay.
can keep one large. One large.
One large. Okay. That's
Yes,
the new.
one large.
So what's a large?
Up to 45 pounds.
Okay.
Nice one.
All right.
45 pounds and under.
Cool. And then the lingcod fishing has been off the charts. You
Okay,
said a
you
lot
ready
of
for
50
this?
pounders?
Yeah, well, Mr. Tom Green's here. I think you knew that.
Oh, yeah.
He pulled in a 50-pound lingcod yesterday.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, it's ginormous.
Wow. That's so
It's
cool.
ginormous. So The report from yesterday on the ling cod, everyone limited out, so you can have 3 a day. So everyone got 3 ling cods yesterday, except for one boat was short a ling. And of course, I think there's a battle between Nathan's boat and Royce's boat on one gentleman. Don thinks his is bigger than Tom's. So we'll find out what the fish processor has to say about that.
That's cool. Well, that's a great. I know our group is very, very excited about coming up tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow afternoon up in Haida Gwaii. I'm looking forward to that. And I know Corey's going to call in tomorrow and give us a full wrap up of all the different fishing that he's doing. But nice little preview there, Valerie, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow.
Yes, I just want to let people know just this. Seeing the size of Chinook come back stronger over the last few years, and this year especially, amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Love it. I can't wait. It's going to be
All right.
fantastic. Looking forward to it. And
Great job, Valerie.
by the way, do you have any spots available this year?
We have a little bit towards the end of our season. Yes.
Okay.
End of our season. Reach out to me, and we are going to announce Corey's dates for next year and your dates. So if anyone interested, please reach out because they're going to go.
They're going to go fast. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Again, QCsafaris.com is the website still, right?
No. Yes.
QCsafaris.com. All right. Haida Gwaii Safaris, formerly Queen Charlotte Safaris, Valerie Hope Rich. Thanks for joining us, Valerie. I'll see you tomorrow afternoon. I'll see you tomorrow.
Happy Sunday. See you tomorrow.
All right. Thanks. Appreciate that very much. I had a great text here, and it's a little bit a lengthy text, but it's from somebody who knows kind of what they're talking about here. And it's from Matt in Point Loma. And you probably Ken knows who Matt is. It says, hi, fellas. Thanks for a great show. I dig SAC's advocacy for fishermen and conservation. Decent responsibility for us, us bottom fishermen, especially since we now have expanded depths and old Calcon conservation opportunities. I wanted to highlight another great trend, which is recent North Pacific bluefin tuna stock success. The NMFS, working under the IATTC resolution C2402, increased the commercial bluefin quota 80% from the 2025-26 season. It now stands at 1822 metric tons. All of this is possible due to the Tuna Commission's restructuring that occurred in 2012 from 2008 to 2022. The stock has increased from 2% to 20% and is now unfished biomass. What a success story. Explain that all to us, Ken.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, this obviously he's very
this is quite accurate.
He knows what's
the bottom line is they're doing a good job managing the resource, and things are coming back strong. Oceanographic conditions are always going to impact things. Mother Nature calls King's X on everything, but our actions, our behavior, and how we manage and access resource is instrumental in the overall health of the resource, and we're doing good. Let's just keep going that way.
Yeah,
and,
but from 2% to 20% assessment, that's unbelievable.
Well, it's, again, the more I personally think the more data that is put in, the more data resources made available, the more accurate the information. That those numbers are to the best of their abilities right now, and that's amazing. That's just really amazing.
Impressive numbers.
And there's really good people behind those numbers. The folks at the IATTC and others, they do a good job at monitoring and calculating those assessment processes. So I've talked to a number of them, and I'm just happy to see the resource doing what it is out here locally.
Yeah, well said. Hey, when we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming in, including a lot more great text messages. You stay tuned. It's Let's Talk Hookup, Southern California sport fishing voice on the Let's Talk Hookup app, as well as Facebook and YouTube Live.
Many years ago, Baja pioneer Bob Van Wormer found the area he called the Great Fish Trap in the East Cape of Southern Baja and built what is now regarded as the premier East Cape resorts of Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol. Today, following in their father's footsteps, Bob's sons, Bobby, Chucky, and Eddie, have taken Palmas de Cortez Cortez and Playa del Sol to new levels with the largest sport fishing fleet in Mexico, a luxurious spa, and top-of-the-line resort amenities. Van Warmer Resorts have become a destination for travelers worldwide. But for us, Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol are just a short 2-hour flight away. No other tropical fishing destination offers the experience and value that you'll find at Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol. Now you can plan your Baja fishing vacation quick and easy by visiting VanWarmerResorts.com. And when you're ready to book, it's quick and easy. Or simply call 877-777-TUNA for more information. Van Warmer Resorts, the East Cape's finest.
Hey anglers, AFCO Pro Captain Ben Florentino of Coastal Charters here. As a full-time guide, I'm on the water all year long. It's my livelihood. Having the right clothing is of the utmost importance, staying warm, dry, cool, and comfortable to endure whatever the Pacific wants to throw at me. Thankfully, I'm equipped with AFCO clothing to keep me dialed season after season. Do yourself a favor and check out AFCO's award-winning gear at a dealer near you, or learn more at AFCO.com.
Time to talk about great gear from Shimano. And I got to tell you, I walked into Fisherman's Landing Tackle the other day and I went, what is this? The Talica 40 and Talica 50A are here.
Yeah. They're in the case, available right this second.
What an impressive reel that is. You had an old Talica 50 out next to the Talica 50A, much smaller, but same line capacity.
Yes,
right?
They crushed it, man. The reel has a physically smaller feel in your hand. It's awesome.
Lighter weight.
Increased line capacity. It's got a higher high gear ratio, little differences on the side plate configuration, harness lug placement. They crushed it. It's
and
awesome.
More drag.
It's got the new Infinity drag system. Yeah. I love it. And now the addition of the 40, which is a little bit skinnier. Going to be great for all kinds of things. Deep drop jig fishing for your rail rods. Also placing a frozen flyer from the kite. I love those new reels.
Yeah, check it out at your local Shimano dealer.
Seasoned long-range fishermen know that the Red Rooster 3 is the finest fishing vessels in terms of technology, design, speed, comfort, and safety. This 105-foot sport fishing yacht meets every demand for comfort while delivering an unforgettable fishing vacation. Captain Andy Cates and crew are experienced, friendly, and sincere in their desire to help you have the trip of a lifetime. Book a trip on the Red Rooster 3 and you'll be back. Trips go fast, so check redrooster3.com or call Lee Palm Sport Fisheries at 619-224-3857. A top fleet and superb fishing is what Seaforth Sport Fishing in Mission Bay is all about. With free parking and fully stocked tackle shop, it's no wonder Seaforth Sport Fishing is a favorite among anglers. Come aboard top boats like the Aztec, Cortez, Endeavor, Apollo, Outer Limit, El Gato Dos, Pride, Tribute Pacifica, Pacific Voyager, and the Voyager. Plus, the new Seaforth, Sea-Watch, and San Diego offer the finest half and full day trips available. Seaforth Sport Fishing. For charters or regular open party schedule, check seaforthlanding.com. Run by fishermen for fishermen in Mission Bay.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having such a great time having Ken in here, learning a bunch, great info. The fishing's good, man. Life is just great right now. I love it.
Yeah, and it's time to find out what's biting down in the East Cape. And we have Chris Moyers with Smokey's Curing Company and Cantina with our Baja report. Good morning, Chris.
Buenos dias, Chris.
Pedro, Rick, Ken. Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
Amigo.
How's things in the East Cape?
Oh man, Pedro, I'm sitting out here on my patio having some coffee with my pops. It's a beautiful day. We've got cloud cover and a nice breeze. Just sitting here listening to the show with pops, man. It's a great day.
Love that.
Hey, Clarence.
That's awesome.
Hey, Pete. How's it going, bud?
Great to hear you.
It's rad.
Great to hear you, Clarence. So
I got the patriarch here. So anyway, guys, what we got this week, it seems like more of the same. We're coming back from our slow fishing. We've got we're getting back into the tuna. For the better part of the week, you had to go way down south of Vinarama. But yesterday and the last couple of days, 25 miles out, straight out of Los Barriles. So that's a good sign. Another thing, we started seeing a few more Dorado. You know, we've had a really poor Dorado season, but we're starting to get a little bit more of those. And those are more toward the north, up at Bahia Los Sueños over there towards towards La Paz, but still close, really close to get to. Wahoo, the marlin fishing was going off again this week. Lots of blues and lots of sales. And so the Bisbee tournament, East Cape Bisbee, just concluded yesterday. I was going to mention that. A total of three 3 qualifying marlin were caught over the 3 days. The first day there was a 395. Yesterday, the third day, there was a 340, and then right before the scales closed, a 404 came in to take the tourney. I think close to $1 million there.
Wow.
On another interesting thing, Pedro, you know the Valdez, you guys know the Valdez brothers at the Spa Buena Vista.
Of course.
Yeah. So Felipe, day one, he brings in a 773 about 30 minutes late after the scales closed.
No.
The biggest, yes, the biggest fish ever landed during the East Cape tournament. So that was a shame. But
30 minutes late. That cost him how many millions?
Oh man, a lot. But he had a good attitude about it. Just he was, they're pretty proud to have caught the biggest one ever. But anyway, so then the Dorado category in the business, I believe a 43 pounder was the one that took it over the 3 days, and then tuna fishing again. We had a 111 and a 108. Ooh. The 111 obviously took that tuna category. So good to see those toads out there coming back. So obviously an exciting tournament, and then still the rooster fish bite over there, between Cabo Pomo and Lighthouse and that little bay there, Las Barracas, El Rincon, still producing. The rooster fishing is again probably the best rooster fishing we've seen in many, many years. But all in all, I think we're coming back. We're coming back, guys.
Yeah, I talked to Drew from Team No Bananas yesterday, and he was down in the East Cape for the ladies tournament. And in fact, part of Team No Bananas, Kathy, got the biggest tuna in the ladies tournament at Palma. So congratulations, Kathy. But Drew was saying they were down in Vinaromas, and the tuna were jumping out of the water. They were everywhere. So good tuna fishing down there.
Yep. You, like I said, you got to go. You're almost down. You're almost down to the Gordo Banks down there, but you got to go to the fish yard. But it's encouraging. And again, as I said last week, they're close in. Maybe 2 to 4 miles offshore right there. And then we encountered them yesterday at 25 miles out. So that's a good sign. And, we're hoping that everything starts picking up again.
Yeah, for sure. Well, watch out for Kathy and Drew. They're going to Kaitaguai with me tomorrow. So you watch out if Kathy's going to catch that 40-pound Chinook. You watch.
Oh, man. Sounds like fun,
yeah.
Pedro.
Well, hey, of course. So what's going on Vaquera and at the Smokehouse?
Yeah, Vaquera's been fishing a lot lately. They were in the Bisbee tournament. We had clients fishing the Bisbee, and then day one, Diego, he said they released an estimated about 280-pound blue on day one, and of course that could mean 250 or 260 once it got to me, it was probably a little bigger than it actually was. But anyway, the fish is great on Vaquera, and then Smokies is really hopping at night when the anglers are coming out from the hotel. So everything's going good. The tequila's flowing like leche miel, and we got free beer manana.
Okay.
It's my favorite promotion.
That's it.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
For sure. Hey, how do we find you if we want to book Vaquera or come on down to the East Cape and have you process your fish or just come in to have the best food in the East Cape?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Pete. We're gonna be found at vaquerasportfishing.com. You can reach me at Baja Smoke Dog with 2 G's at Gmail, or call me at 858-231-1358.
All right. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate that. We'll talk to you next Saturday.
All right. Have fun on your trip, bud.
All right. Thanks, Chris. I'll be back.
Take care.
Saturday.
Free beer manana, man.
Let's go.
What a great deal that is.
Yeah. Let's go. You have a good text.
I thought so. Yeah. It says, good morning, Pete, Rick, and Ken. What a great show. Ken, you need to put your old sport boat hat back on top of your head for this one. And I thought it was fun. With the anchovies now in the mix these days, I was hoping that Ken could discuss the use of circle hooks versus an old school 94 150 bronze J hook. I'd like to know when to use each. I know both are important at different times, and was wondering if Ken could shed some light on small bait fishing.
I'm gonna turn that over to you, Ricky. Other than to say small bait, small hooks, but Ricky, expert.
I'm with you. I think that there's we get bluefin tuna fishing. I think a circle hook should be used at any time possible. They've got a little better, more aggressive set of teeth than a lot of the fish that we catch, and they are some head shaking SOBs sometimes, and they'll get you, especially when you're having to use lighter line. The one thing I will say though is it is exponentially easier to pin a small bait on with a small J hook than it is with a small circle hook.
The only problem is that sometimes those things straighten.
No doubt.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
But
And I would say another thing is when it comes to setting your hook, if you were to treat a J hook the same way that you treat a circle hook, a high percentage of time it will wind up in the same spot as a circle hook does. Instead of put your reel into gear and swing for the fence, if you just put your reel into gear and lower your rod tip and turn the handle, a high percentage of times your J hook will find that same little spot. And it's definitely a lot easier to not manipulate your bait too bad when you're trying to pin on a small bait with a small hook.
So are you saying that when you're fishing bluefin, you're going to fish a J hook?
I think like Ken says, your bait has to dictate a lot
risky.
of that.
J hooks, smaller fish it'll handle, but you start catching bigger fish, J hooks just your risk factor.
You don't know whether it's going to be in the corner. When it's a circle hook, you know it's going to pretty much 99% of the
right
time
now. So
we have
but trying to get a small bait on a small a circle hook, even the Gamakatsu Nautilus, it's tough.
It's tough. Yeah, no doubt.
Exactly.
We're fortunately we have Everingham Brothers, so we're just going to know that the best bait that is available on the coast is what we're going to have every day. But I think the savvy guy at this point, there's been enough talk about small bait. You just need to have that backup in your arsenal. Hopefully you get on the boat and you never need it. But if you get down there and the bait's small, have a little bit of 25-pound fluorocarbon, have a little selection of small hooks, and have a rod that fishes a small bait well, just so you're prepared for it.
That's important, having the fluorocarbon on that really light line. But I mean, when we're loading bait at the bait boxes and we're gill netting the bait because it's only 1 inch long, that can be challenging. I remember that albacore fishing, where we're fishing with tiny bait.
Yeah.
But, hopefully,
but they still bite it.
Yeah.
Everything eats an anchovy. You said that last weekend on the show.
We're just fortunate. Everingham Brothers does an amazing job down here for our tuna fleet. So I'm very appreciative of their effort.
Oh, they're the best. Yeah, for sure. Hey, another question along the lines of our prize giveaway today. It says, and it's from Jim in the 805. Good morning, gentlemen. I'm looking for a rail rod for my upcoming trip in August to pair with my Talica 20. Would the new XH CalStar, that's a GG series that we're giving away today, work best rod for that larger reel?
I love it. I mean, the exact rod that we're giving away today was the one that I would pair for
XH.
The GG 773 extra heavy.
It's 7 foot 3 inches.
Mm-hmm.
It's a rail rod. It's got the graphite and glass. Price point unbelievable, $450, and it would pair perfectly with that tack.
Yeah, no doubt.
What'd you put 100 pound on that?
Yeah, put 100 pound, maybe put 100 pound that depth hunter Max Quattro on it, and then just fish a little top shot of whatever is the appropriate line size for what you're doing, and go to work. I love it.
All right, very good. Well, you have a good one too.
I definitely do. It says, "Hey Ken, I love everything that SAC is doing. What I wanted to say was I'm a private boater, and although I grew up riding sport boats, I do most of my fishing today on our family's private boat. I wanted to give a big thank you to the amount of work that Ken has done to assist us private boaters, even though we're not putting anything into the fun that you do for the sport boats. All of your help has gone a huge way for us allowing to continue to fish into Mexico, and I really appreciate it." And that was
very kind words.
That was John in San Diego.
Bottom line, John in San Diego and everybody else, feel free. Go to the SAC website, get your fishing licenses there. When you're going to Mexico, we're doing our very utmost to have good relations with the Mexican government. And so that's kind of an important thing because the revenue from that goes directly to Mexico fisheries. And, things have gotten better and better. We had Day at the Docks here. I was on the stage with the Secretary of Fisheries of Baja North. When has that ever happened before?
Right, no doubt.
So, things are going really well, but, all the anglers out there, even on the private boats, hey, they're potential customers of ours as well. So we're all anglers. We all go fishing.
I just think it's one of the things that you guys don't get. And I'm so stoked, John, and I completely agree with you. And it's one of the things that I just don't think you guys get enough credit for. The amount of work that you put in on behalf of people that aren't even riding the boats. Like you said, everybody rides a sport boat. You know, there's nothing like it. Even if you have your own boat, there's nothing like jumping on a boat and having a cheeseburger and having somebody else clean the boat at the end of the day and having the utmost professionals flying the fish where all you get to do is cast your bait and go catch them. But I don't think you guys get nearly the credit due on behalf of all of everybody. You don't just take care of your fleet, you take care of everybody.
Well, I think it's important. It isn't a matter of credit. It's a matter of the end is what justifies what goes on. And everybody's working well together, and that's I think where we get our gratification is when we see everything going smooth.
Earlier we had a text about how great the SAC website is. It's californiasportfishing.org.
Correct.
Californiasportfishing.org.
We want to make something simple and easy to find.
It is an absolute portal. You can link it through the Let's Talk website, Hookup website too, on our links page, letstalkup.com. But I use it all the time for purchasing a Mexican license, getting an FMM, looking at Mexican regulations. The Mexico tab is fantastic. Right? Edwin does it. Edwin does all that, right?
Yeah. Edwin is constantly, daily updating that as things change in Mexico. And I got to tell you, it's important. Like when we go to Mexico City and we're meeting with the Mexican government, they're willing to listen to us about, hey, here's what you can do to improve. This will increase the number of people using your portal because we're connecting up to their stuff, basically. But I think overall, I think they even recognize that one portal is probably a huge revenue source
for sure.
Totally.
And when things don't work, which often happens, you guys let them know. It's like, hey, this is down. You're losing revenue.
Yeah.
As soon as we see it, we're trying to get in touch with the Mexican government immediately. And the ambassador, Kerber Palma, who's in San Diego, she was in our office the other day. We have a good relationship with the Mexican consulate, so we got a great portal for us to contact when we have an issue.
For sure.
Awesome.
Hey, Mike and Rosemead has a good question here. Good morning, guys. It's been proven that the white sea bass recovery program works. They're doing a halibut recovery is to follow suit. And do the powers to be have their hands full? It's obvious that fish come and go in cycles. It takes years to reappear. Would sand bass hatchery be a feasible thing for the future?
That's funny you say that. I've asked that too. That would be an interesting one for sure.
Yeah, right.
That would be a real interesting one because they seem to get real prolific when they want to.
Yeah. You could populate the bays and the inshore, but also offshore spots also. Like, it'd be really interesting.
Well, we'll have to see what happens with our current project measuring all the fish because we have a lot of shorts being measured. And I think we just need more information to see if that's warranted or not.
Well, what's interesting too, this past week, and it's nice to see in the mainstream media that the San Diego Union Tribune did an article on the halibut hatchery at Hubs, which is pretty interesting. And I guess it's been pretty successful. They just released thousands of them into Mission Bay.
Yeah, I went over there and saw the facilities, and they seem to again be real prolific.
Yeah,
and it's just I think genetically everybody wants to make sure they're not that there's no contamination, no sea illnesses, that type of stuff. But I'm not an expert on that stuff whatsoever.
Yeah.
But
what about their yellow? I know they were trying to raise yellowtail, and it was kind of a thing where they wanted to do like a farming of the yellowtail like they do in Japan. Where are they at with that?
I'll be honest with you, I don't know.
I don't know. We're gonna have to get those guys over here and have them talk about that.
Been a while since we've had a Mike Shane
Mike
update.
Shane.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Hey, well, I had another real fun text come through. It says, hey, Rick, Ken, and Pete, great show as usual. Ken, I've heard the show many times, and I just wanted to thank you for your years of dedication and support to all of us anglers. I have 3 questions. 1, Ken, how long have you been with SAC? 2, I love the airplane reports. Are you guys still sending up the plane? And lastly, any new regulations coming down the line that are on your radar? And that's from Tony calling us from the 949.
Yeah, Tony, 16 years. And let's see, what was the second?
How many years? And do you guys still send the plane up?
Yeah, we still send the plane up. We typically send the aircraft where there are no boat coverage. But once there's a biomass located, there's no need for a plane beyond that. But yeah, this season alone, we've sent up the plane a number of times searching just to see, what's going on. And the pilot does a really good job searching all the way down the coast pretty far. So that's worked out real well.
And then the last one was any regulations that you have kind of on your horizon that you're in preparation for?
We'll call that a joint work in progress of NIMS, the council, the Fish and Game Commission. Everything is subject to change, but everybody across the board, the department did a great job with adjusting the depths to give us the maximum opportunity to go fishing last year. And so we got to make sure everybody realizes they busted their butt. They could have just said, you caught enough, it's closed from this point on. They didn't. They came up with creative ways to work with us so that anglers would still have an opportunity.
Yeah.
So we'll just call that a work in progress, but a good one.
And they have their hands full, and it kind of lends into this question and kind of answers it really. Daniel from Santa Barbara says, "Good morning, gentlemen. Great show. I'm glad we're talking about managing resources. Have slot limits been talked about in certain species like calico bass? Larger breeders produce more eggs and contribute to their strong DNA population."
Yeah, that's come up. The challenge you encounter is with slot limits. It'll be a challenge to fillet fish at sea.
Yeah.
And that's where it gets really complicated because a lot of the ports, when you come into port, you're not allowed to fillet fish the dock. So, most of the ports, the bigger ones, everything has to be filleted outside the entrance to the harbor so that people aren't taking home whole fish. So that's been kind of the challenge that we've encountered when that topic's come up, because we were talking about it with, sand bass, et cetera.
Yeah. Be a hard thing to manage.
It'd be hard. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You
you have a good one?
I thought so. And this kind of lends itself to what you were talking about at the beginning of the show with when Cameron was saying the things he was. Just, good morning, guys. Great show. I want to say that it's easy to get lost in the sauce with fishing. A lot of us just go without thinking how lucky we are to have this in our backyard. Ken, what are some of the things we can do physically as fishermen that helps us looking good to the outside world? What are some of the things you see people doing that may give us a black eye? That's from Rory in Lakeside.
That is the best question I've heard today. Number one, when you see fish and wildlife personnel on the boats and they're doing measuring, please cooperate and
thank them for being there.
Thank them for being there, because their data is what we're going to be studying and deciding to implement regulation down the road. Second, if the SAC boats are doing the same thing, cooperate. The other thing is in public hearings or what have you, we need to be professional. There's a good way to approach commissioners, et cetera, and still get your message received. So be polite, professional. Also, when wardens are on your boat, polite and professional wins the day.
Absolutely.
So
they're just doing their job and they're protecting the resource.
And be very careful. Make sure that you don't have over limits and that you're following the regulations.
Right.
Other than that,
you have your licenses in order.
Yeah.
You have, if you're coming back from Mexico, fill out your declaration of entry.
Yeah, be educated to what the rules are and follow the rules.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's key. Yeah, definitely.
I sure thought so. Hey, when we come back, we're going to find out what lucky person is in the running for that brand new, amazing CalStar, brand new GGXH rod. We got more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook, and YouTube Live. One rod has set the standard for serious saltwater anglers worldwide, and that's CalStar. From the rugged dependability of the West Coast series, the lightweight strength of the Graphiter, or the performance of the GG series, all CalStar rods are handmade right here in Southern California of the finest materials and craftsmanship. Check out the new CalStar models now available, as well as upgrades to the classic rods that you know and love. If you want your tackle to be state-of-the-art tools to get the job done right, it's CalStar at fine tackle dealers.
The name that stands out among anglers is Fisherman's Landing, your top choice in local and long-range fishing. Our hardworking crew will make your fishing experience one to remember. We offer the finest open party trips from 1 to 3 days, the best charter boats available, and of course, our world-renowned long-range fleet is second to none. Fisherman's Landing is a full-service sport fishing operation offering great half-day trips on the Dolphin and full-day trips on the spacious and comfortable 85-foot Liberty. With bunks for your comfort, a huge bait capacity, and RSW fish holds to keep your catch fresh. Fisherman's Landing also boasts the best captains and crews in the business, from seasoned veterans to our young future legends. All our open party trips from half-day, full, or 1 to 3 day trips can be easily booked online at fishermanslanding.com or give us a call at 619-221-8500. I'll see you at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego.
Pelagic is bringing back the California Tuna Challenge. Get ready for the most exciting tournament to hit the West Coast on August 22nd and 23rd. It's about the fun, it's about the tuna, and it's about your chance to cash in on big prizes. An affordable $500 entry fee per team gets you in. This fun 2-day format is open to all Southern California anglers with 3 official weigh stations in San Diego, Newport, and Catalina. Optional jackpots and side bets up to $41,000 all in will raise the stakes for huge cash payouts, including options for yellowtail and dorado. The big tuna are here. Win some major cash and bragging rights in the ultimate California offshore showdown. Registration is now open. Go to pelagictournaments.com for additional information, rules, and to register for this great fishing event. The Pelagic California Tuna Challenge, August 22nd and 23rd. Just $500 gets your team a shot at the ultimate California tuna bragging rights. Check pelagictournaments.com.
The Ford Summer Sales Event is on at your San Diego County Ford dealers. It's a great time to take a test drive to see what Ford's award-winning lineup of trucks and SUVs has to offer. You'll discover California's best-selling truck brand, Ford F-Series, equipped for anything your demanding job needs or the family vacation you're taking. Check out the Bronco family featuring the iconic Ford Bronco or the versatile Ford Bronco Sport. Both have muscle, tech, and durability needed to go anywhere. Whether it's gas, hybrid, or all-electric, visit your local dealership to find the perfect Ford for you during the Ford Summer Sales Event. The Ford Summer Sales Event is on at your San Diego County Ford dealers. It's a great time to take a test drive to see what Ford's award-winning lineup of trucks and SUVs has to offer. Visit your local San Diego County Ford dealer today. They'll be glad to hook you up.
Okay, welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. It's time. Ken's going to do us the honor.
Flip the
old
us.
Prize coin here. We'll let her hit the deck and see what we got. Today we have a texter as our winner. Congratulations, Bob in Huntington Beach. So now, Bob, you are in the running with whoever the winner is of tomorrow's show. We will then flip the prize coin one more time, deciding if it's Bob or the other potential to be announced tomorrow. And one of you two is going to be getting that brand new CalStar GG rail rod. Brand new from CalStar.
Yeah, you're going to be the first people on the block to have it.
I got to see it for the first time yesterday. And I'm already in love with it. So yeah, one of you guys is going to be real stoked.
Yeah, check it out. Ken, first of all, I want to say how grateful we all are that you're still working. You tried to retire. You tried to retire numerous times, and nobody would let you, especially Frank. Said, no, you can't retire. And you deserve to retire, but no, please don't.
Please don't. Yeah, we love you, buddy.
We need you. We
I
need
appreciate it. We're a good family down here.
Yes,
and,
sir.
We're going to keep working in the right direction. And just anglers out there, this is your chance. Fishing's great. Get on a boat. This is the time to go.
Yeah, well said,
Please
buddy.
do it.
How true is that? Go now.
Again,
go now.
The Sport Fishing Association website is
CaliforniaSportFishing.org.
Yeah, really great.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a great resource for you.
We try to make it easy. Just go on the homepage. There's a lot of stuff to make it easy to buy Conan bracelets, fishing licenses, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah,
so
for sure. Well, such a great show. And tomorrow, Ricky and I'll be on my way to Queen Charlotte Safaris, Haida Safaris with the group. But tomorrow, Brandon and Ricky will be here with Mike Lum, and they're going to be talking tackle, talking tuna, and also Rollo tomorrow. That's going to be a super fun time, 7 to 9 a.m. tomorrow morning on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube, Facebook Live, and 97.3 The Fan. We'll see you then.